Okay, Grey Nymph, a short shank hook. I'm using a 1X nymph hook here. You can even use 0X, but I like the 1X. We're going to start, the things we're adding to here are we're going to start working with hen. So we're going to use tail with hen, and we're going to put a hackle on the front. We're going to use it. We're going to make a tapered body that would look like a triangle. He has a picture drawn in his notes. Everything else is going to be the same. We're going to combine the two flies we've done, woolly bugger and the caddis, the cream caddis. So nothing's changing here. I'm going to create a headspace. Okay, wrap for rack, wrap back to the middle. Okay. Okay, I'm using 20, which I have no idea what I did with. Okay. I'll always pull off a section of that and break it off. And this is what I'll use to tie flies till it goes away, so I'm not dealing with that. Materials are so cheap that it's not worth trying to save an inch of lead. Okay, this is 20. The woolly bugger was 35. So taper or use proportions with the material. Proportion's a key word here. Use, if we tie this size here may work with a 14, or you may want to go a hair smaller on the lead. You get down into a 16, maybe a little smaller yet. Go down to 15 or even 10. And then when you get 18s, 20s, you really got to get really fine stuff. This fly here imitates all the early season mayflies. In West Virginia, we're talking like March, April, the blue-winged olives, blue quills, quill Gordons, Hendricksons, anything that has any gray look to it, you can use it. The hackle I'm going to put on will give it a leg, soft hackle leg impression. It also can be used on the spring creeks for like crest bugs, freshwater shrimp, anything. It's just a buggy looking fly. It would be the gray portion of the flies for your box. So when we're going out to Yellowstone and they say the number 12 gray drakes are hatching in August. I don't know what a gray drake nymph looks like, but I'm going to say if I have these in a 12, then I'm going to be okay. It's going to work. So I've used this fly a bunch on Soda Butte Creek. So doing exactly the same thing, like a woolly bugger, like anything else. I'm going to go back. Being this is a short hook, it doesn't go clear back to the barb. This thing starts to bend fast. So I want to go back and establish rear of shank, and I'm going to go back up in right behind the lead, just like I just did on the cream caddis. We've already used this hackle a little bit, but I'm using, the bigger portion of this hen. These hackle fibers on here, if you pull them straight out, they're 90 degrees and they're evenly. So you want to try to get it to where the stuff, you want 8 to 10 of them. Look at it, get a feel for it, and see how I work that out there where they're even. I'm going to grab this thing hard, 8 to 10 of them, maybe 12, and I'm going to pinch this and I'm just going to pull it off. Okay. I'm going to put my fingers together like we did on the other flies, and if you look, that's going to be pretty even. See how I did that? Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to measure length of shank. On mayfly type nymphs, this one we're going to do hare's ears, we're going to do pheasant tails, anything like that. No longer than length of shank. Shorter is okay. Okay, so I'm going to measure it, and then I'm going to go back and do that thumb to thumb thing again, and I'm going to put the place I have marked right at the back of my, rear of shank. I'm going to go up and I'm going to pinch it in. Okay, you can do the 45 there, but it's just hard to keep the measurement. I'm going to lift up just like I did on a woolly bugger and pull the material toward me and go back to back of shank. Okay. Okay. And trim off the excess. Now I'm going to take my thread here, just a little trick, and I'm going to build a little bit of ramp. I want that triangular body. I'm not going to build a triangle all the way to the front, but just to save on trying to dub, I'm going to get what's left because I'm not adding any other materials. I'm going to ramp it up to the lead. Okay, and you can see, I don't know if you can see that on there, how I build a little ramp. Then I'm going to dub it. I'm using the same gray as I used on the caddis, but I'm going to go a little bit thinner. I don't really want I want a little bit of a buggy approach, but I don't want to. Use your wax. You won't like doing it my way. Use your wax. So I'm going to go back to the back, and then I'm going to start building up my ramp. building up my triangular, my body moving forward, tapered. Okay. Do I need to explain what I'm doing there? You got it on the last one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go all the way to the end of the lead. You may want to figure eight it. You need a timeout?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See how I figured eight it around the end? If you just go up wrap for wrap right on that lead, it's going to pop off the lead. So I came right to the end, and I put my thread right down on the headspace. I'm right in front of the lead, not on it. So now I'm going to measure. I need a size 12 soft tackle. Okay. For this hen. And I'm going to get down here and pull off the marabou looking fuzzy portions of this. Make sure you get it all. It's okay, I guess, if it's not completely all, but it might even give it a nice look. But see how I work this material back and forth? Are you getting that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want concave, curved back, so shiny side of this, the front side of the chicken, forward. So I'm going to rest my hand on here, and I'm going to set that in right at that 90 again, and I'm going to go right up and over. Okay, and I'm going to really cinch that down and get that in there tight. Okay. Keep holding it so it doesn't spin. Clear out your hackle pliers. Get right. You have to get the stem. You can't, if you just get hair here, or whatever I guess it's not hair, but if you just get the feather portion off the stem, it's going to come undone, and it still could. You want to get the stem, and I'm going to wrap. You can see how I turned that into 90? I'm going to wrap that 2 or 3 times, just depending on how it looks. Right on top of each other, and you can even weave through it so it doesn't trap them. Okay, same thing, come right to you. Get a 90, come up through the X, weave straight over, and go down the other side. So it's up in the 45. When you get right to the headspace, don't go past it, go straight over. Can you see how I'm manipulating the bobbin?
Mm-hmm.
Now when I get over there, if I just let the bobbin fall, it's enough pressure to keep it. So I'm going to try to get in there and get the whole stem as far down as I can. You don't want to see this stuff sticking up. You can buy flies and it'll be sticking up. So you don't. Okay. Just like a woolly bugger now, I'm going to pull back, push back, try to trap as many of them in there. And you want them circular. You don't want to get them all on top or all on the side, but I have them just about all done. Just like the woolly bugger, I want to go right up against the lead and build a triangular, reverse triangular head, or just till everything's black. Okay, you want to get the white portion of that hackle covered up. Whip finish. Pull down. You see that? That was a good one. I hope you got that on there. I'll do one more. Make sure that knot cinches up. That's why I don't glue my flies. 4. Everybody quits there and ties it. Right now, if I grab that, watch. See, I don't know if you can see it on your video or not. It cinched down another millimeter. Clip it. Grey Nymph. That's a good one. Done.